That might have, there we go. Alright. Okay, okay. Yeah. Hey, Chris, whether... Yeah, no, I'm just like... Every time that I have the window on pop out, it will either not work, or vice versa. So basically, I'm just kind of testing it out every time I start a new stream, just to make sure that it like pops up. That is not the brush I want. Okay, I was not working at full view, so that might have caused some stabilization issues. That's always good. Yeah, no, I have to go somewhere later tonight, and I figured I might as well get started working on this. I got some of my work finished a little early. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to head out a little earlier today. Just wanted to get working on this rough sheet because I don't want to put it off. Hi, Fang. One thing I will usually forget about Saneda's details is that she will have like these curls in her hair. Got a new iPad Air and the Apple Pencil. I'll try to teach myself how to draw. Your tutorials have been very helpful so far. Well, I'm glad you like those. Glad that helped. Or glad they're helping, anyway. Will I do a tutorial about backgrounds? I mean, it's not really my expertise, but I can attempt it. I have to. I mean, I guess a better teaching method for that would be composition, where it's like I know that I had to use I have to compose like background stuff for storyboarding and all that. You have to know layout. It's really important. Even if it's very simplistic, you still need to know environments and or at least simplistic environments. So maybe I might go into that a little bit sometime. Again, backgrounds. If I want to go into details about it, it's like I need a little bit more expertise about it, and yeah. Okay, so when Saneda has her hair down, it's usually like this. Hey, Mike Harvey. Howdy do. So I got that. It's not so much an art book. It's like a booklet, and I don't know where they released it, but I got the B&A art book. It's about 40 pages. Has most of the main cast, like model sheets and whatnot. There's a lot of good information in it. this over a little bit. California's going through lockdown again. You know, I wouldn't doubt that. Right now, LA's being hit with one of the worst, and it's I'm like, I don't understand this. I don't know why people are being so callous and stupid about things. It's just like doesn't make any sense to me. Florida's no, we're not. I mean, California is actually worse than Florida right now. At any rate. Well, thing is like my B&A book, I'm actually kind of surprised that I got it so soon. Because I think I ordered it on the weekend. No, not even on the weekend. Like, when did I order it? I finished watching B&A at the beginning of last week. And that's when I was just suddenly decided, I was like, I kind of want to look and see if they released an art book. So I just went up on eBay, looked it up, and there it was. So ordered it, and showed up. Yeah, so... So, two things I wanted to talk about. I watched The Page Master with friends over the weekend. What a silly little movie. I mentioned that I watched it, and Bruce Smith, who I found out was a part of the movie, retweeted that because I could tell there was a lot of really great animation that was in it, and I could tell that Bruce Smith kind of worked on Long John Silver, and Long John Silver is probably like one of the best character animation in that movie. I mean, just honestly, the whole movie has terrific animation. I'm actually shocked at how well the animation was and how it kind of holds up. But the problem is that the characters aren't really doing much. They're just kind of standing there and talking. It's like it's fantastic animation for basically characters doing absolutely nothing, just standing there, and you know, animation is fantastic for what it is. But there's some action moments, but it's far and in between, I guess. It's one of those movies that I kind of appreciate a little bit, like what they were trying to do, but it kind of falls flat, unfortunately. A lot of good animators on that movie, though, when you look at the credits. Was it my first time viewing it? No, I saw it. I think I saw it when it came out. It was one of those movies that I saw in theaters, actually, and then I think I remember renting it, and the only thing that I honestly remember is my mom, like, as sweet as she is, just saying, it's like, I like that Whoopi Goldberg, and that was pretty much all I remember her talking about with it. So, yeah, those are my memories about Pagemaster, and I don't really have any other memories of it, to be honest. And last night, I decided to rewatch Brave, which I hadn't seen since it came out, in theaters. And,
Wait a sec, weren't you here before?
Oddly enough, I like that movie now more than I did when it came out. It's I like the character animation in it. I like the I like the characters. I mean, not so much the animation. I've been talking about animation a lot lately, but I do like the characters in it. I actually find the character motivation better now than I did then. My issue with it is that I don't really... I guess what my initial problem with it is that it didn't really bring anything necessarily new to the table. When it first came out, it was touted as like this, epic tale that has never been seen before. And, I don't know, I guess, in that regard, I guess, it kind of was different in a way. It's just, the whole princess trying to be something else than what they're groomed to be just feels passé now. It's almost like there needs to be a different way to empower the princess archetype. Merida is a fairly different princess than what Disney has done before. So, I kind of commend it for that. I'm really a little bit upset about how they just callously kicked off the original director. It's like, and someone told me, it's like, I need a source for this. The original director said that it was close to her vision anyway. And I call BS on that. I honestly really call BS on that. I don't... The person didn't cite their sources. I have a feeling there might have been some sort of different... creative differences in terms of Pixar, because it is kind of a... Pixar is known to be a bit of a boys' club, and not so much in terms of like it's only men who are directing. It's more so the fact that it's like the same people that have been there for decades now, and they should branch out a little bit. They should find new vision. They should like entrust some other people to work on movies that will know what they're doing. I feel like Pixar has gotten kind of stale. I still liked a lot of their movies. I did like Onward. Even though it didn't really bring anything new to the table, I thought it was a great high concept movie that I wanted to see personally. I guess it didn't really hit people the same way, unfortunately. I did enjoy it. I feel like Onward is going to be like Brave in that maybe in 10 years people will look back on that movie and say, like, hey, that was a great movie. I wonder why it didn't do so well. I'm half... Okay, I need to talk to you guys about Soul. Have you noticed that their recent teaser trailer is not showing any of the otherworldly section that the previous trailer did? I mean, like when they're turned into like little soul characters, and now it's kind of like focused on the human aspect of it. Okay, so here's my theory about that. They got so much flack for the whole like black man transforming into a little caricature, which it's like I understand that argument, because what do we got? We got like Princess and the Frog, and I really think that's it. That's all we have. I don't know. I think there's like other movies, and I'm drawing a blank here, honestly. Someone gave me or someone showed a ton of examples of people of color in animation being treated as like, we can't have like a movie with just human people of color. They have to like turn into animals at some point in it. And I can see that argument. I understand that that's a trope. I guess when people saw that in the trailer for Soul, it was just like, oh no, not this again. There are like a lot of other things that I was looking at. Oh yes, Spies in Disguise. That was the other argument. The fact that they're like, I guess they were so close together in terms of like when they were released and what kind of things are happening. It's like, I understand that argument. I had like another argument in there. It's like, I wasn't... There was the guy who basically... in one of the trailers, he was in one of those office jobs in front of a computer, and like he suddenly goes like, what am I doing with my life? And then like tosses the computer aside and like leaves his job. It's like, I honestly hate that trope. I am a little tired of that trope. That one, it's like I'm more that one more it's like I more notice that is a problem with it. It's like I get people, especially the creative types like us. We're kind of tired of being treated as if our creative lives are not a job, you know? And I understand that can be frustrating, but it's like, it's not the only thing in the world. It's like, it's not like you have to be creative or else your life means nothing, you know? It's like it's like, I don't want to tell someone who's doing a job like road work and everything and say like, dude, why are you doing this? This job sucks. Don't do this. No, we need people to work on roads. We need people to do construction. It's like, I don't want to tell people like what they should be doing, should or shouldn't be doing. I'm creative. If you want to be creative, I will tell you, listen, pursue the creation. Pursue the creative route. If you want. If you feel that that's what you can do, prove to me that you can get into it. The whole thing about Soul is that I think people are just, they're seeing a lot of tropes in it. I personally think it's like, okay, this movie is just a mix of Up, Inside Out, and Coco. And it's like, all of those themes have been explored already. It's like, what are you doing, Pixar? It's like, you're known to be creative. Why aren't you being creative? I think now they're going down the route of, we need to be innovative. We don't need to be creative. We need to innovate. We need to, we want to be the first to do this. And, okay, yeah, but you can still be creative doing that. The Good Dinosaur was like, what the hell was that? What the hell was Good Dinosaur? I feel like that entire movie was basically, what's it called? It was a hardware test. It was like a glorified, what do they call that when they announce like a new video game system, and they have like all of these tech demo. That's it. That's the term. It was a glorified tech demo. I was not impressed by it. I thought the story was bland, and what did the Good Dinosaur prove to me? Nothing. It's like, by the end of it, it's like the Good Dinosaur, and look, I've talked about this before on podcasts and stuff like that, and I like to look at the good side of everything, but with the Good Dinosaur, it just felt like, what did the main character Arlo do aside from survive? I don't know. Again, it's probably going to be one of those movies I'm going to look back on. In fact, you know what? Maybe later this week I'll watch it again, and I'm gonna try to see what I can do. I would like to see if my thoughts on it have changed, because I do really, really like Brave now. I mean, I don't think it's fantastic, but I think it's my views on it are definitely better than when I first saw it. So, things change. It's I've felt that way about a lot of movies. I'm not gonna hate on something forever, and I will often, once in a while, just give something a second chance, because I want to feel like maybe this movie just came out at a bad time. Maybe
Wait a sec. Weren't you here before?
Thank you so much for the follow. Maybe the timing was incorrect. That's how I feel specifically with Onward. It's I liked it personally, and I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I'm wondering if it had anything to do with the timing and in which it came out. A lot of people wanted to see something. A lot of people wanted to see something different, or something that maybe they felt it wasn't that awe-inspiring. Maybe there was a lot of controversy behind it that made them think differently, and they didn't want to give it a chance. But yeah, it's I just feel Pixar needs new direction. It needs some more diversity in terms of let some other people make a Pixar movie. You have this huge audience that grew up with movies, with the Pixar movies. They know how they work. They know they know what they like about them. They know what they don't like about them. And they have stories that they want to tell because they wanted to be Pixar. It's like, I still feel that way about every studio. And they didn't really give him a chance. I feel like maybe there is too much studio control now. Maybe it's like, you know, that whole movie by committee thing is like, it's kind of taken over Pixar now. And I'm not going to say it's because Lasseter is gone. It's like, thank God Lasseter is gone. Honestly, I don't really think Lasseter is like this unbridled genius that they kicked out because he screwed up. He certainly screwed up. But yeah, it's like, just give other people a chance. If you have people in power for too long, they start to forget what made them good. And they keep thinking that they're geniuses to the point where they won't let other voices come in because times change, views change, the audience changes as well. I think they're just scared to take any sort of risk. It's like with George Lucas and Spielberg. It's like, why are they untouchable? Why can't we question their views? Why can't we question their decisions? Why can't other people suddenly bring some sort of help to them if they have like some sort of roadblock in their production? What makes it so damning to say, like, hey, I know that you thought we could do this, but what if we went in this direction? And then this entire committee just looks at that person and says, like, how dare you speak up? How dare you, like, say something to this genius? Listen, we're gonna have to part ways on this. You can't speak up like that. Why not? I don't know. I kind of went on a tangent there because I was basically talking about Brave, which just kind of turned into a discussion about Pixar as a whole. And yeah. Yeah, you get too many fingers in the bowl. There are too many witches at the cauldron. Well, at any rate, it's like, I still, it's like I said, when it came to Brave and the year it came out, I guess everyone was kind of expecting more out of it, which is like, what more are you expecting? It's like, the thing about movies, especially features, animation, it's like nothing can just be. It always has to be like the most epic, the most fantastic thing that raises the bar. Since like the last thing that they made, because that thing raised the bar, and now we have to keep raising the bar, and it's like more and more we kind of like, we have to see more out of this studio. And this isn't wowing This isn't wowing the corporate the producers. The CEO is not wowed by this. He's not seeing anything spectacular about this. Okay, well, I guess we'll change this, and this. Yeah, it's getting too late. We'll just let it out and see where it goes from there. Well, at any rate, okay, so when I first saw Brave, I was thinking, like, well, what makes her so brave? She's actually pretty damn brave, like, from the get-go. I guess when I was initially watching the movie, I kept thinking, like, well, is she gonna do something amazing and fantastic that's gonna wow everyone? And it's like, in the beginning of it, it's like she's already doing something pretty incredible. She stands up to her mom. She stands up to people and their traditions, and she's already doing a lot of, like, she's doing more than a lot of the other characters are doing. And then I thought, like, well, is it about her mom? Which, honestly, what I thought was, like, I made this joke to my friend, and he thought was, like, why didn't we think of this when it first came out? I coined the term Mother Bear. A play on the word Brother Bear. Play on the title Brother Bear, I should say. And he just, like, cracked up. He thought that was great, so I patted myself on the back there for making my friend laugh. Honestly, truthfully, yeah, it is a lot like Brother Bear. Although Brother Bear has, like, a far different it's a far different concept. It's not so much about the whole nature part of it. It's more like Brave has more of a family and tradition concept to it. So I was thinking about, like, is the whole thing basically about not so much what the daughter is learning, but it's more so what the mother is trying to learn. And that might be a little on the nose. I could be wrong, but it's like, maybe.
Wait a sec. Weren't you here before?
That stuff. Thanks for the follow. I don't know. It's I kind of felt. I felt like, for the mom, that was like, maybe it's because I'm just getting older. It's like I wanted to see more character development from the mother. And generally, like, you know, with the whole witch and mystical element about it, and honestly, it's like, here's where I feel was one of the big kickers about the movie, and I feel like maybe the original vision wasn't close enough to what, you know, Lasseter wanted to see from the movie, which was basically Miyazaki. Because, my God, did Lasseter have a fucking hard-on for Miyazaki throughout the past, like, decade that he was in charge of Pixar? It's like, I want to you should look up a video of this very creepy interaction with him when Miyazaki visits Pixar Studios. Miyazaki basically comes in with his hand in front of him to greet Lasseter, And Lasseter just comes in like, no, you're gonna get a hug from me, from big ol' from Uncle Lasseter here. You're good. We don't shake hands here. We hug. Give me a hug, Miyazaki. And Miyazaki just fucking tenses up. He is like, this is a fairly traditional man from another country who is visiting, and he is like, I swear he's clenching his teeth. Trying to be like, listen, I'm in another country. I have to show some restraint. I don't like being touched like this. But my God, then the cameras are on me. I gotta show some restraint here. Oh God, this man. I don't know. That was my take from that entire experience. There's even a video that someone replaced some very, very intense, creepy music in the background while he was doing this, kind of slowed down Lasseter's laugh. And it was one of those instances where right there when I saw that was when I thought, it's like, there's something wrong with this guy. Don't treat your guests like that. I know you're trying to play it up for the camera, but God, have some fucking manners, man. And Lasseter is just, I felt like he was one of these guys who thought like, I'm the buddy. I'm like the crazy uncle that owns that works at Nintendo, and yeah, you know. Maybe it's just like, maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but I just find it very amusing how much Lasseter just kind of like latched onto the Miyazaki thing, and you'll also remember there was a time where they released a lot of Miyazaki movies in theaters, especially, and they opened up with a small introduction that had Lasseter and a couple other people from Pixar talking about the Miyazaki movie that you're going to watch. I remember specifically Castle, the Lupin third movie. It started off with 20 minutes of Lasseter and some other guy going back and forth, basically I hate to be crude about this, but basically sucking the cock of Miyazaki. It was like I was sitting there with my friends. We were watching this. It's just like, dear God, just start the movie. We came here to see the movie. Why are we watching Lasseter talk about it? And this was also back when Disney was still releasing these, and that was another Lasseter decision. I feel like it was one of those things. You're just like, I love these movies so much. I feel we should own them. We should have publication rights for these. Lasseter, for God's sake. I mean, but I hope you see what I'm getting at here, though. It's like, I do like a lot of Pixar movies. I thought Coco was probably one of the best movies they've made in a while. I still think that they need some other kind of vision they need to entrust other creatives. I feel like, there was a time where people thought like Pixar was probably the greatest place to work at, and maybe it was, but I honestly think it's a great place to work if you've been there since the beginning. Because when I say it's a boys' club, it really kind of is, because it's like the original people that were in charge, now they have job security. Now they know that they've won over millions of people, and now it's like they're gonna ride this for as long as possible and do as much as they can for themselves before it turns into like, we're gonna like move on and we gotta look for new jobs. So everyone that is like new to the company and comes in, it's like, I know people who basically go into Pixar, they will work there for about 3 months and then leave. And the only reason why they wanted to work there in the first place is to say that they worked there and they have Pixar in their resume. So, no, I'm not even going to blame Disney for the merger. It's like, I don't really think Pixar is its own entity, but I will agree that there probably is some, especially like in the past couple years, maybe there's a little bit of committee work from the people at Disney, just because now they're basically, they don't want to take the risk anymore. They have something good, and now it's like, what can we do with our properties that we own now? And how can we ensure that these things will continue to be good for years to come? And I don't know. I'm also on the outside looking in. I'm not gonna say that I know these things for sure, but just from what I've seen and from what I've heard, it doesn't feel like a very warm and endearing company as they make it out to be. So it's like we're only seeing the fun side of it. We're not really seeing the actual company side of it, where it's like, now there's crunch time, now it's lacking in diversity. The people that have been in there since the beginning for 20 plus years, are basically now like they feel like they can do no wrong. And man, I mean, it took Disney a long time before they said, like, listen, Lasseter, you gotta move on. We're cutting you off. They're not really thinking about, the people. They're thinking about the company. So there was like a big, to-do about that. That's what you just saw there was my height chart for characters, and I do have a lot of characters. A lot of them will be getting ref sheets as well. So, hi, Toon Guy. But yeah, Brave is cute. It's cute. As I said, it won't really blow you away, but then again, I don't really think we don't need movies to blow us away. We need movies that will be charming. I don't want epic tales of grandiose expedition where it's like the world is in danger. It's like I kind of got tired of that after a while. I wonder if I should do a version of her where her hair is not doesn't have this visor. What do they call this? It's not a visor. I keep calling it a visor, but is it called a hairband? This is like an 80s thing, I feel. It says headband? Okay, maybe it is just headband. It's like a crescent thing. You know, it's like crescent shaped. Oh, D-Tunes. Thank you so much. That's, that relieves me to hear that. Yeah, it's... headband, when I look it up on Google, gives me, like, very different results. Although... let's see. It's like, yeah, maybe it is just headband. Maybe I'm like thinking too. Maybe it's just another term for it. I just feel like.
Wait a sec. Weren't you here before?
I feel like there's like a more technical term for it. But as I look up headband, yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it now. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so... let me do, like, one more where her hair is, like, covering her eyes a little bit. Not so much covering her eyes, but, I mean... so, she's gonna... wait. What did I just... oh, alright. So, she doesn't have this headband. Did you guys see that short? Like, I don't think it was called Hair. Or was it called Hair? Shoot, it's been a while, actually. It was a cute short. It was basically about, this little girl who had, like, unruly hair, and her father, or, no, not her father. I think it was her brother. Hair Love, that's the one. And, she was getting help from her brother. I thought it was a cute short. It was her father? Oh, okay. Then I completely misread. So Saneda, when her hair is actually completely down, she has more. She has way more. So. But unlike Riley, Saneda doesn't really like to have her hair in her face. It's like Saneda always has like this personal thing where she'll question Riley a lot and think like, I don't know why she likes her hair in her face, but you know what? Whatever. I don't like it. Any interesting facts about Saneda? She's Canadian. She doesn't live in the same state as Riley. Saneda likes to move around a lot. She's still going through college. She kind of went into college pretty late. She just kind of decided that she wanted to. What other facts could I throw about Saneda? Personal facts about Saneda. I made her because I really liked the music video, the Paula Abdul music video where she's with DJ Scat Cat. And I just kind of made this character interacting with like a cartoon character. And I also I realized I didn't really have like a lot of characters that were POC, and I just kind of wanted to change that. I felt, I felt like I needed to kind of diversify because a lot of my characters, specifically early characters like Alice and stuff like that, they're all blonde. They all kind of have like the same features, but I was kind of like Emily and Emily, Alice, Charlotte. They're actually all kind of stemmed from the same concept of a character that I've developed throughout my life, and I don't know. It's like I just wanted to make like a different character, and it's just kind of fueled by the concept of like I should diversify. I do want to make other characters that are of different races and different ethnicities. It's like oh, thanks, Cartoon Caleb. Appreciate that. What the fuck? I just read that question. Could Canadians defeat Team Rocket? Oh my... That's oddly specific. I don't... Okay, so... Alright, wait. I'm trying to remember now. Who's the host of Fact or Fiction? He's, God, he's my favorite actor in, Next Generation. What the fuck? why is his name escaping me? Like, Vinny also, like, mentions him a lot. Jonathan Frakes. That's his name. I almost want to hear that question coming out of Jonathan Frakes. Could Canadians defeat Team Rocket? And you have, like, that ominous, like, fact or fiction music in the background. I don't know. I found that amusing. Going back to the topic of drawing backgrounds, the professor I had, who also works in comics, told us you should treat backgrounds, environments as if they're actual characters themselves. What are its characteristics? Where it's okay, okay. No. I would say that also stems from, like, what kind of style you're going. Because character to me just feels like, you know, it's style. It's like, how would you treat something, and what kind of mood would it bring? That's the kind of character concepts you would necessarily need to think about when it comes to, like, background stuff. For me, I treat backgrounds as how would it help the kid. Well, like, specifically if that teacher was teaching, like, in comics, I would say specifically, like, how would you treat this background in order to help the character, and, like, where are you bringing the focus? Because, like, if you're gonna talk about, say, in a comic, if you have a panel where it's specifically discussing the city, yeah, treat the background and like a character, but you're also going to have to think of, like, what angle do you want to have this at? Like, what kind of mood do you want to have this set in? So I see where he's getting at, but it's like it's not as simple as just saying, like, you know, treat it like a character. It's like you still have to know how to draw backgrounds. Just how are you going to treat this? In this specific, like, panel or frame. So anyway, this is Saneda with her hair down, like, completely. She's got a lot to work with. So I think in terms of, all right, what else could I add? Trying to think. Maybe I could put this one here, and this one down. The hell?
Wait a sec. Weren't you here before?
Where is that coming from? Where is it? Oh, there we go. Huh. Yeah, suddenly floating headband. I don't know what that was all about. What smartphone monster catching team she on? Yeah, I'm noticing that Cable Pokemon Go. You have a specific focus. that I'm noticing. There's a trend that I'm seeing in your questions. Actually, I'm gonna have to put Saneda in some outfits, so maybe I should put this like more up here. At the beginning of the year, I started playing Pokemon Go again. And I specifically wanted to get Melmetal and that other one. Someone helped me get those eventually, but it's. I started playing Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, and both of those games. Well, I was only playing one of them. I was playing Eevee, but it's like, man, I played it far enough because I just wanted to catch as many of the regular Pokemon as I could. And then I started playing Pokemon Go. I was essentially just kind of preparing myself for Sword and Shield eventual update, so that I could start transferring Pokemon over.
Here.
And then I was just kind of like, I don't know. This is not for me. Then the pandemic happened, and it just started to like be clear that I am not going to be playing this game very often anymore. So yeah. Looking through to see if I have any nice Saneda outfit ideas. I know that there's a few. There's one that I specifically like. My drawer in this one. I'm probably gonna like just draw a few, and then I gotta get going because it's starting to get close to the time I need to go. Considering you're a huge One Piece fan, have you considered doing a One Piece podcast? Oh, going on the One Piece podcast. You know, I was on it once. I was talking with them about the what was that? We came right out of the Kabuki One Piece thing that was screened, and I was there, and I probably shouldn't have been. I was talking with them on that, and I hope I wasn't annoying. I think honestly I can't stand myself on podcasts anymore, and I just don't want to. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Or I don't want to talk on podcasts anymore. I've kind of I've exhausted my podcasting personality. If you want to listen to me, I guess you can listen to me here. So I'm gonna draw her in this outfit that I liked drawing her in. Oh yeah, another thing that's been happening is like I've been trying to rejuvenate my Retron 5, which I've had since 2007, if you can believe it. There is a method that I'm trying to implement, which is like just going into the factory reset. I don't know how the fuck to do that, but there are some tutorials. It's just me trying to figure out if I can get it back to the factory settings. And part of me just like feels maybe I should just
Wait a sec. Weren't you here before?
maybe I should just cut my losses and just like throw it out. Ewolf, I have a video that was specifically made for that question. What brushes do I normally use often? Well, hey, have I got a video for you? Go to my YouTube channel at Electronic Heroes, and you can find that it's actually the first live tutorial that I've done where I discuss my brushes. Go ahead and give that a look, give it a watch, and that will give you all the information that you need about what brushes I use, how I use them, and etc., etc. Saneda is tall, so she is going to take up quite a bit of space. So why is your fursona a bear, and how come we don't see that fursona used very often? 'Cause I didn't like the other sonas that I made, and I just one day thought, like, you know what, I'm a bear. And the reason why you don't see it very often is because I don't like drawing myself. I don't like, it's like I'm kind of sick of. For a while, it's like I was kind of fooling myself into thinking like I like drawing my Sona with stuff. I don't. I really don't. I used to. I used to have some enjoyment of drawing my character, like my personal, representations, or I should say. And I rarely draw it now just because I lost interest. So I don't really draw the bear a lot, but the bear is still around. It's just like I don't do it very often, that's all. Don't mind me asking, what do you do in your spare time since the coronavirus? You're looking at it. Outside of work, this is what I do. And I watch movies and play games, and I look through my library of stuff. I mean, like, other things such as, like, my projects, like my webcomic. I'm just kind of like, right now, I'm taking the time to kind of brainstorm and kind of chill out a little bit, because I'm fucking so goddamn stressed out. So yeah, it's like and honestly, like, the live tutorials that I've been doing lately have been actually very cathartic for me.
Well, well, well. Looky what we
I've been
got.
finding myself really enjoying doing those, and people seem to like it, so I'm very pleased by that, and I'm happy that if it helps someone, that's great. But I'm mostly just doing it to kind of make myself feel better. It's kind of weird, but it's like if I feel like what I'm doing means something, then it's worth doing it. And, you know. What settings do I have your brushes? I mean, again, please go to the video where I discuss that sort of stuff. Yeah, we're reaching the bottom of... I could probably make it just a little bit smaller. Yeah, that helps. Saneda in a bunny suit. I think you've asked me to do that for each and every character I've drawn so far. Unlike Riley and Pixels, I haven't necessarily played around with a lot of outfits with Saneda, so it's probably gonna have very sparse selection. What time is it? 5? I'll probably draw one more, but I'm cutting it kind of close right now. I essentially have to basically head out around 6. And, yeah. Saneda and a Rouge the Bat outfit. I feel like that's also a common request for me from that particular person, because I've seen that before in the chat. Boom, 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 boom. I want another WarioWare game. I know that's kind of random, but man, WarioWare was amazing, and some people have been talking about it lately, and I kind of thought like, yeah, I want to see the WarioWare return. I mean, I kind of want to This may seem like basic to say, and I highly doubt anything's gonna come out of it, but I kind of want to make a WarioWare-like game, and I'm kind of worried, like, maybe the concept has just kind of been already oversaturated. Like, there's already as much that can be done about a WarioWare game, and there's very little new that you could bring to the table about it. So, I don't know. It's, that's up for debate, I guess, but at the same time, it's like, why fix something that ain't broke? I would personally like to... make one, just for fun, if I can, but I can't. I'm not a programmer, and I'm not very good at it. So, you're probably not going to see anything out of me, as much as I'd love to start making games. Pizza Tower? Yeah, that's cool. I'm bad at drawing other people's OCs too, but it doesn't stop me. I like to at least try. And honestly, it's like, you know, I don't mind art of my characters. I like to see other people's take on them.
Another
I honestly, I
Oh,
like to
this is gonna
see
be
other
fun.
people's styles, like their personal style and how they would approach my characters. I like that. I would love to see people kind of do like, you know what? This is me though. Like, I like to. Wait, how the. Yeah, alright. And. You know, I used to have an identity crisis with my style, and then I just thought, like, you know what? It doesn't matter. If I don't think I have a style, someone out there believes I have a style, and they'll point it out to me. And I'm honestly kind of glad that I'm inconsistent. I like that. I like that I'm able to kind of change it up every now and then. But it's also like I want to basically be consistent with particular elements and projects, at least, so that I can say, this is how I want this series to look, this is how I want this sort of thing to look. You know, it's, excuse me. Does Saneda have a last name? Yeah, Jefferson. If you like style, I know an artist who makes a webcomic called Irma. Brandon Santiago's comic is amazing. His art style is fun. It's like Brandon Santiago. Oh, it's on Tapas. And I have a feel. Oh God, 429 episodes. Dang. Let me check out recent because basically brought me over to. I see the theme going on with this comic. It's cute. Looks cute. I like the way Irma looks. Yeah, I understand what she's. It's cute. It's not bad. I'm still kind of getting used to Tapas. Yeah, alright. Irma by Brandon Santiago. Real cute. I saw a little bit of it. I didn't see the whole thing. I mean, it's over 400 pages right now. That's okay. This is one outfit for Saneda, and where is the other one that I drew her? If I can find it. Because I specifically drew one of her. And, here we go. Yeah, that's the one. Here it is. I mean, it's pretty simple, but I like it. Don't usually draw characters in plaid because it is a pain in the ass. Maybe I should draw her. No, you know what? This is one of her casual outfits, but she still will have her headband. I'll probably draw her like in some sort of pajama wear. And I'll have her like hair completely like down. She looks good in flannel, honestly. At least in this drawing that I'm looking at for reference. And seeing her with Boba is, god damn, does this make me miss Night Market. If there's anything I'm pissed off about with the pandemic, is that the fact that
incoming connection.
I'm not allowed to have any gatherings with friends and going out to like convention stuff. Specifically Night Market, which is like a food festival. God damn. I hope we can... I hope that there will be news that this can be dealt with soon. And that, fucking people in charge can just stop being assholes about it. I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk about this sort of stuff, but it's listen, it's in all our minds, I gotta be honest.
Okay, now you're just talking crazy.
Oh my gosh. Fang, you gifted a sub to Robot X Fort X. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Thanks for the sub. Now you can partake in those tasty emotes. There they are. Look at them. The only emote I'm sadly folks can't get unless they're tier 2 is this one, which is the Pixels one. I wasn't aware. I honestly just wanted people to thanks Gelatrus, thanks for joining in. Take care. I was unaware that there were tiers. And it basically just, it's like it's a subscription that you pay more for, I guess, which really, honestly, I want to make all of the emotes like available to the lowest tier, and I wasn't aware that the tier system thing. So folks who basically subscribe, is the basic. So I guess I just made the Pixels one my own personal. I made it my own personal emote. Shoot, what kind of shoe should she wear here? just wears slippers. This is like a casual summer outfit. I'm not putting a lot of emphasis on details right now. So, alright, I'm probably gonna just clean this one up, and then I'm gonna like finish up for today, cause and I'll get to some more outfits later. Saneda pin. Yeah, I'd like to make more pins. I'd love to, I would love to do that. Maybe once more people enjoy and know about the comics and characters. Because, I'm not necessarily selling out on pins, unfortunately. Again, it's one of those things where merchandise should be kind of later when it comes to any kind of product, because don't necessarily think I have a lot of a fan base with DLC yet, just quite yet to the point of merchandising as much as I'd like it to be. Because the stickers don't really sell a whole lot. I still got tons of the Riley acrylic standee. You know, it's... And I'm not really upset by that. I kind of knew that was a thing. It's just, you know, I didn't know how long I'll be holding on to these things. And it's not like I'm really going to conventions or anything. I'm selling all this stuff online. So I'm not really kind of spreading the word a whole lot. I'm not really upset by it. I'm not really like clamoring to be like, okay, I gotta sell all these things ASAP.
Well.
I may back
Looky
my
what
money
we got
on
here.
that kind of stuff, so I'm fine. I don't necessarily need to, you know, make tons of money. I was just happy to make a few. Honestly, all of the stuff that I made, I was happy to just make it because I wanted it. I wanted to make it for myself. I wanted to, like... I just wanted to have, like, a Riley standee. I want to have, like, a Pixels plush. I want to, you know, I want to, like... I want to kind of surround myself with my characters. because I feel like it brings me joy. And if I have some left over to, like, that people are interested in buying, that's great. But honestly, it's like I have, like, the pin as a collector's item for myself. I would love to, like, make figures and all that other sort of stuff. But it costs quite a bit to do, especially if I want to do just one. And if I want to sell it, it's going to cost even more money. So, I'm not... Personally, it's like, if I can do this without any kind of need for financial gain, I'll be fine with that. I just completely forgot something that I wanted to do for these. There we go. That's really all I wanted to do. There. Okay, back to this.
Well.
A lot of people are following today. That's very nice of you guys. Thank you, Yokai. Yokai. See, it's like I'm glad. Listen, I'm glad people like my characters, and I know there are people who do, and I'm very, very happy about that. I'm just saying, like, on a personal level, like, I need to be able to enjoy my own characters, because if there's any time where I feel like I'm not enjoying my characters, it's gonna suck to draw them. You know? I want to be able to draw my characters for a long, long time. I've had characters that I've drawn for a while, and then I just got tired of them. And some, like, even gave me emotional stress, like, trying to draw them. And that's not fun. There's characters I'd like to revisit again. I just, I don't always have the means to. With DLC stuff, I'm actually pleased that I'm still able to, come up with some concepts with it, and I want to slowly trickle them out as time goes on so that they continue to be appreciated and enjoyed, specifically by me. Because, listen, face it, if the creator is not enjoying what they're drawing, it's gonna show, and it's gonna impact a lot on it's gonna impact a lot on the audience. There we go. Alright. Okay, I think I'm done for now. I have to start getting prepared. So, thank you so much, everyone, for coming by. I really appreciate you coming by, enjoying watching me draw my characters, and, just generally being pretty cool on the chat. Tomorrow I will do another live tutorial. Hopefully, all things go well. And, Yeah, okay. Thanks, thanks everyone. Thank you. Take care. Have a good one.